surprised it doesn't have a massager.
Take a nap.
Do you guys know what MBTI is?
NBTI? M.
MBTI.
No.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Like that.
So you want me to do the first one?
Sure.
All right. You regularly make new friends. I'm gonna slightly disagree.
How do you spend your off days? Me time, or do you go out and meet friends?
A little bit of both.
Oh, more me time. Definitely more me time. Yeah.
About to have a lunch with your best friend and he brought some other friend, how would you react?
I'd probably be a little uncomfortable.
I'd be okay as long as they
Yeah.
weren't complete hooligans.
Right.
Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. Strongly agree.
I'll say neutral. We're locker mates, so you can probably attest.
You're not that messy.
Right. Usually stay calm, even under a lot of pressure. Probably agree on that one.
If we're talking about baseball, I like to think about things that aren't baseball. So just try to separate yourself from that moment.
Mine's more of my breathing. Try to slow down my breathing. And I try to repeat something in my head, like a saying that I have. First pitch of the game, or if the bases are loaded or something. That's kind of how I've learned to deal with it.
Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. I mean, it's definitely happened to me before, but I'd like to think that it's not something that happens all the time, so I'm gonna go neutral.
I'll say disagree, but definitely you start to reevaluate when things aren't going great. But overall, I try not to doubt my complete abilities and stuff. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. I'll say somewhat agree. If there seems to be good reasoning behind it, I'm open to trying new things.
Yeah, the untested part kind of worries me.
Yeah.
Definitely okay trying new things, but untested things.
So how about like when you're cooking, what's your style? A, measure everything through the recipe. B, just on your own.
I taste it. I'm a decent cook,
Yeah.
I'd like to think. What about you?
Once I've cooked something, I no longer measure, but the first time I'll measure, just because I'm worried about it being completely horrible. And we're going to be usually cooking for other people, so I'll measure the first couple times. You are prone to worrying about things that will take a turn for the worse. I am going to strongly agree. I hate flying. Anytime I'm on an airplane, I'm like, something's going to go wrong.
I'll probably more strongly disagree, not all the way. I usually take the approach of everything will be fine no matter what, even when it's not really fine.
Oh, good for you.
You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones. I would slightly agree with that. I enjoy group stuff often. I like kind of do my own thing, or maybe with one or two people.
I'm totally on board with that.
So if you have any hobbies that you do personally on off days?
I like to golf and then just like hike or hunt or fish. Anything outside, really.
Yeah. I would say in the off season, my two big ones, one's really dorky and one's somewhat normal, is I really enjoy hunting in Texas where I grew up. And then the other is kind of collecting and trading Pokemon cards. So that's been pretty fun. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. I'll agree on that.
I'm gonna again slightly agree.
You're meeting a friend and he's late for the timely manner. Why is he late, or the apology?
I mean, it depends if it's my wedding, then he should apologize. You know, if it's like dinner, then he doesn't need to apologize or tell me why.
Yeah. That's a good question. Probably why for me though. Like, oh, what happened? Or
If there's a good reason why, he doesn't need to apologize sometimes.
If you share sadness, does it comes half, or you both get sad?
I don't really understand. I'm gonna say that both people are gonna burden the sadness.
probably something I don't do naturally, but I want to work on being more empathetic.
You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. This is a fundamental difference of America and Korea. Because I think in America, I probably would. But in Korea, I think I'm starting to learn that you should almost always take the initiative and go say hello.
Yeah, I'll say probably disagree. I think that's something you learn in baseball locker rooms too. If you're the younger guy, you got to go say hi to everybody else. And then when you become more of the veteran, Younger guys kind of need to learn to come say hi to the veterans. You often end up doing things at the last moment possible. I'll slightly disagree with that. One thing he wants to do in his career is never be unprepared.
If I did something at the last minute, it's probably because I forgot about it. Typically gonna try to stay up on everything, so I'm gonna disagree.
Wow, what's your style on travel?
I think I like everything planned out for me, but if it were up to me, I'm not gonna do it myself.
I mean, if I'm traveling by myself, I can kind of wing it. When you start including more people, I think it needs to be like highly sorted out.
When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. I'll slightly agree, even though I want to follow facts more often. I know I'm a pretty emotional person.
Yeah, I'm going to read this as follow your gut. So I tend to follow my gut a lot. I'm going to partially agree with that.
Do you follow the catcher sign or whatever pitch you want to throw?
I will tend towards throwing my pitch. If I throw someone else's pitch and I let up a home run, I can't sleep at night. But if I get beat on my own, then it's like, well, that's on you. You messed up. You made the wrong decision. So,
Yeah, I think that's a good point. You know, if something bad's going to happen or you're going to lose a game or whatever, I think we would rather it be on us and then, you know, than people pointing blame at the catcher or whatever. But we have great catchers here, so they're usually good about calling what pitches are best.
You like to have a to-do list for every day. I'll be neutral on that. I think it depends. Maybe in the off-season I like to-do lists, but now not so much because I kind of know my schedule.
I'll slightly agree. I think just mentally everybody has a checklist. I don't think you necessarily need to write it down.
What's your lifestyle on a starting day? A, routine. B, the conditions.
Yeah, I definitely have a routine, but I'm not tied down to like what time I wake up, exactly what I eat. There's a basic routine, but you know, sometimes you're on the road, sometimes you're at home, sometimes the day game, sometimes it's raining.
You avoid making phone calls. Totally disagree.
I'll agree. I didn't really call my parents a lot when I was in college.
What do you prefer in context? Call or text?
I prefer to call.
I don't like texting though either, but if I
Does
have to
FaceTime
talk
count?
to someone,
FaceTime count as calling, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably call, but you know, most of the time texting.
You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Yeah, I mean, I would say a lot of days I want to work alone, but working with a team is fun if you have the right team.
I'm gonna disagree. I think.
Do you enjoy the atmosphere on your non-pitching, non-starting day at the dugout?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, way
a
better.
lot. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I think naturally just care a lot more about wins and losses now than I have since like being in college. That's the closest thing I can relate to, just the team feeling.
To go to some of the road series and stuff and see some of the other teams and the way that their fans do things, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions, is a waste of time. I mean, now that I have a kid, yeah, I don't have a lot of time to do that, so I'm gonna say agree.
So if someone asks for a direction, let them know specifically or just hand gestures?
If I know exactly where they need to go, then yeah, I'll give them specific. Yeah.
I'll probably just send them the address and say figure it out. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres than to quiet, intimate places. Yeah, I'll probably strongly agree on that. I think just naturally, in baseball, I like it when there's more fans than less.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree. I would say when I'm at work, I like when there's a busy atmosphere, but I'm gonna disagree. I'd rather be kind of quiet. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. That's a really good question. Wow. I'm gonna slightly disagree, but in America, I say trust but verify. So you should believe in yourself, but it doesn't hurt to get validity from another source or someone that you trust.
Yeah, I'll probably actually strongly agree on that. I probably act more on emotions or if it feels right and seems right, and then figure out it's wrong when it's too late.
Ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, ask for forgiveness than for permission kind of thing.
You feel confident that things will work out for you? Pretty deep question. I mean, yeah, I would say so. I think you have to. You have to be hopeful and think positively.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree on that too. Baseball's a hard game. You never know in life, but yeah, definitely being hopeful and
Yeah.
hoping the best. Should we get our results? ESTGA.
ISTJ-A.
How do you feel about the psychological test?
It was cool. It was fun. It's cool to learn about these things and just learn about yourself. I think is a good thing.
Yeah. A lot of the questions are hard, but it's kind of fun to take a deep dive every once in a while.
Do you believe in myths?
Myths.
Something like this.
Like kind of like astrology.
Yeah, because it's not a science.
Well, a lot of people would say it is a science. I mean, the people that came up with it, I guarantee you.
Yeah, you're probably
You know.
not wrong.
I believe more in this than astrology. I think this is more sound deductive reasoning than astrology.
Me, not at all. Not even 1%. Like 0 on astrology. Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
In order to know if you're well blend.
Like a psycho or not?
Or not.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, you could just fake it. You could just be like, oh yeah, I'm super nice and I work well in a team. You know?
Regardless of this type, who in the locker room is very friends or from the board?
Jayhawk, Terminator, and Juno. Hard to say. Everyone's so nice on our team.
Meaning is a good one because he's very outgoing.
Yeah.
He's a good player and he's very comfortable in his skin, so he kind of brings you in.
Are left-handed people in Korea weird? In America, we're usually just weird.
Because like Korean culture is everyone is like right-handed, so if you're still left-handed, you're very stubborn. They're like, oh, why you're left-handed, or why don't you change it to the right-handed? You've been sat in that chair for quite a long time. How is it? How do you feel?
Feels like a pillow. How do you say pillow in Korean?
Peggy.
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 Peggy. Yes.
Big chair.
Peggy chair?
I sometimes like to play PlayStation. This would be a really good PlayStation chair.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Yeah.
I mean, my back feels great. Usually when I'm on the bus, by this time I'm trying to adjust for my back, so that's big.
Do you want to say anything to the fans?
I'm sorry if you're disappointed. We can't help it.
Yeah. Definitely don't have the looks. Maybe aren't the most emotionally intelligent.
We're gonna try hard on the mound, yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye bye.